buy a live cow on the 6th day, and the following day, which would be the 7th day, by 1 p.m., they would slaughter the cow, and when it was 30 minutes to the appointed time, the thigh would be cut off and taken to the palace still dripping with blood. They all agreed that this was the best solution. They also agreed to pool their money together to do this. After this, they cut up the thigh of the cow, and Bayero's wife cooked it for them. However, when Temiemi got home, he'd just cut up the thigh of the cow and asked his wife to cook it for him, since he had already made up his mind to buy another one on the appointed day. But on the 5th day, he realized that the butchers in the city only slaughtered their animals in the morning, and that by 3 p.m., whatever he bought from them would not be any fresh or dripping with blood again, just as the king demanded. It was at this stage that he made up his mind to buy a live cow and kill it on the 7th day, just like Bayero and his friends had also decided. Having reached this conclusion, he realized that he had to look for money to do this. He decided to go out to people to borrow. But it was a futile attempt. Nobody was ready to lend him money because he didn't have a good relationship with most of them. As a result of this, he decided to sell his properties. Thereafter, he took his properties to the market and sold them off. However, while he was in the market selling his properties, 2 of Bayero's friends saw him. They suspected that he brought his properties for sale in order to raise money to buy a cow, just like they too had decided to do. They were not happy with this development because they wanted their friend to have the upper hand. They decided to make sure he didn't pass the king's test. In the night, they went to Temiemi's house wearing face masks so that nobody could identify them. Temiemi and his wife were already asleep. They ransacked the room, and V took the money away. Temiemi was disappointed when he woke the following morning and discovered that all his money had been taken away. On the 70th day, Temiemi could not buy the cow again, as he had decided. He could not even raise the money to buy just a thigh of a cow. As for Bayero, he and his friends went to the market as planned and bought a buxom cow. When it was 1 p.m. on the appointed day, they slaughtered the cow. And when it was just 30 minutes to the appointed time, they cut off the thigh of the cow, and Bayero took it to the palace still fresh and dripping with blood. The king was impressed. Temiemi didn't show up, but the king sent his guards to go and bring him. In his presence, Bayero was crowned the royal philosopher, and he was made to kneel before him and make obeisance. The wisdom inherent in this story is that one's talent and ability alone cannot take to the promised land. Everyone needs the wisdom, support, advice, and patronage of others to realize his ambitions. Just like Bayero was able to pass the king's test with the advice and support of his friends. Copyright Kamarudeen Mustapha,